All right. I'm doing a review for the Tarot of Sexual Magic. I actually saw these cards on some other readers. They were doing them or using them, and I fell in love with them just watching the other readers with them. So I had to get my own. It does come with a booklet. Now, this particular deck, the meanings are a pretty different. Some of them are the same, but there's a lot of differences in your traditional deck. So you definitely want to look at them to see the meanings. But let's kind of open this up and go through it. That's just a card that tells you more about it. All right, so very explicit, if you will, right? There's always like naked people in these cards. I like the lovers in here. It does define a choice, not the twin flame or, divine soulmate, but actual the choice, showing you that there's the good and the bad, right? Now, of course, I have used these already. I'll just kind of go through. You go like the High Priestess. I do like the High Priestess. It's a pretty cool card. Queen of Swords. I do like the court cards. Hopefully, let me see. Let's see if I can get to my faves. Ten of Pentacles. But as you see, there is nudity in these cards. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Some of them get pretty raunchy. I do like to use this deck for particular readings. They just tell a different story from my other decks. So for me, I don't use these for every reading, but they do speak to me sometimes. Very, like I said, very, very sexual in nature. Very, some of them aren't too bad, like this one. Or this one. That one's not even bad, actually. Even the King of Wands, that's not bad. Now this King of Swords with his foot on her boob, it's not bad. Alright, Queen of Wands. She's not even bad, though. But it can get a little bit more passionate, right? This is probably one of my favorites, Judgment. Everybody's bonded together. You see, with the straps. It's pretty cool. And like the little boy is holding it. He's bonded to them as well. That's really about bondage, this card. See? They're pretty cool. Pretty cool on the card stock as well. They're not too thick, not too thin. They shuffle pretty decent as well. I'm not a fan of the Emperor. I will say I'm not a fan of the Emperor. The Emperor is supposed to be strong and, doing his thing. And here, it's more about being powerless. So I'm not really a fan of the Emperor card. I'm not really a fan of the Hermit. I have to be honest. Just not a fan of those two. Justice is okay. She kind of looks like a fairy. It's kind of out of place in this deck. King of Cups. None of the male genitalia is out, or the female. It's just really boobs and chest. That really, like in this deck, the Three of Swords interpretates to that third party situation, which I don't like because there's such a deeper meaning with the Three of Swords. All right. Now this is the craziest card in the deck, the Tower, in this particular deck, it's for betrayal. As you see, there's a guy with the axe in the back. I mean, this is like the craziest card in this deck. The Empress. Not really a fan of the Strength card. Not a fan of the world card either. I mean, there's a bunch of cards that I do like, but there's just some of them that just, I don't know, they fall short of what I would have hoped that they look like. I do like the star card though. This is one of my favorites. I don't know if it's the coloring or the way that they have her. I don't know. Something about it I like. The devil card is okay, but I'm not really a fan. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like this deck. I'm gonna give it a couple thumbs up, but there's just some cards that just fall flat of what my expectations are, right? We all expect these card decks to look a certain way. I do like the moon card. It's one of my faves. Yeah, these really got to look at the meanings because these meanings will throw you off from their traditional tarot. I mean, you can try to use them, but some of them just really throw you off with the picture that's going on. Temperance is okay. I do like the Sun card. There's a lot of probably more of minor arcana cards that I like versus the major. I wasn't impressed with the Death card. I do like the Lady of Death, but the background, I don't know, it just throws me off. It takes away from her. I like her bow is way too small. Should be huge. You have this huge Reaper tool, but the bow is like tiny. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. So, yeah, just, you know, some of them are really, really good, and then some of them just are like, whatever. So, I mean, but like I said, the cardstock is really good. Shuffling, I like to shuffle them like this, so shuffling is pretty easy on these. Very beautiful, though, cards. So overall, I do like this card deck. I'm happy with this card deck. So overall, you know, it's going to get 5 stars for me because I do love it and I use it in a lot of my tarot. It's just different types of tarot readings that I do. So that's my review.